could you maybe just say quickly, in these 3 years, for you as a junior
Yeah,
teacher, as a trainee, how did that
yeah.
shape you later on as a teacher?
What was the?
How did this experience at Jalan Lama,
Yeah,
influence you later on as a teacher?
my experience in teaching were gained by the fact that there were one very diverse ability group. In other words, to me, you teach a class with a different range of ability. So to me, when streaming came about in the 1990s or maybe earlier, 1979, when Dr. Goh Keng Swee had the Go reform, 1989, 1980, early 80s, streaming came about. To me, that was definitely a policy which was against my personal educational philosophy and many other educators as well. All right, many including educationalists for educational leaders. So I learned the fact that in a classroom, because they come from different abilities, background probably the same, most of farmers' children and all the other thing, lower economic, but there were different range, and you have to teach um, to a wide range, but you have to manage it by asking those who are faster or cleverer or ahead to help those who are weaker. So there was this interaction in class. It was not a case of just one particular range or one particular ability group that you cater to. Whereas when the streaming came about, it could have made the teacher's job easier. In a class, they were mostly about the same range of ability. All right. So it was easier teaching. But there was the loss of this interaction between those who were really ahead and those who were much further back. So that interaction in class, that educational philosophy to me was one of the things that I remember. The second thing about teaching in this area was that you do not assume that they are they are able to understand mm, concepts or the skills that you want to teach them because they do not have that background of having read or good readers. They don't have the ability to read well, and they don't have the experience or exposure to middle class or even higher income groups background, because they probably at home they don't have newspapers. That's one. Radio, maybe they will have the radio fusion. TV at that time wasn't that popular then in this kampong area, in this village area. So their exposure to the world outside was very limited. So that's another thing that I learned. But as Singapore developed, as we became more urbanized and modernized, then I think our children definitely has that exposure at home. They travel overseas and all those things. So that's another aspect that I thought when I was heading two schools. One was called Christchurch, and the other one Bukit Bedok Town. I felt that those important things, like what I've learned as a trainee teacher, would apply, because the schools there, the kids were probably not as badly off as these kids here. Um, if you look carefully, some of them were not dressed that well. One or two, most of them wear shoes, but on certain days they come with very badly worn shoes. All right, that's one. And this is on occasion probably of a Chinese New Year or a festive occasion, where that's why you find the girls or even some of the boys had a proper attire. All right. Other than that, even in school functions, when the parent come, they will not be so well dressed. So that's another thing. You respect the salt of the earth. You respect them not because they can afford a lot of things, but because they come to you, they need your help, and that's the philosophy that I adopted as an educationalist, as a teacher, and later as a school leader. Yeah,
Yeah, thank you. That's great. Can I
yeah.
just ask you quickly, where did the Malay students, where did they live? Where did they come from?
This is a strange part. Um, I suspected they came a little bit from the West Coast area. There was a settlement on the West Coast, but it was strange that they were posted all the way to Jurong because their transportation, they cycle, some of them cycle all the way at that time. They, if you think of the West Coast, not the one nearer to NUS, but the further up nearer to Jurong, I would say it was not that far because there were tracks that link that area towards the Jalan Baru area. The Jalan Baru, by the way, is a new road. That's why I call Jalan Baru a new road. The old road, Jalan Lama, was the one where the school was located. Was a very old track, and that's where it became bitumen later on. Yeah. Okay. Can I share one last thing about
Yeah, go
this
ahead.
Jalan
Go
Lama
ahead.
school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This school, I was then a young man, probably 68. I will be probably in my early 20s. Yeah. I uh, wasn't attached at all. But my parents, Chinese parents seem to think that being the eldest in the family, eldest boy at least, that he should be getting married or getting serious about something. But I never felt that when I was working in naval base. And besides, when I was working in naval base for 5.5 years, 4.5, 5 years, there were mainly men working together with me. But when I came to this school, um, there were more ladies. There were not as many men. There were two men dominated in the school, by the way, the teaching staff, because the Nanyang grads were mainly men. And then there were the English stream. There were hardly any English. No English stream teachers were ladies. All of us were men. Okay. So, but there were a few ladies. But anyway, I could not speak to them in Mandarin, so I was not interested. Even if I were interested. But the experience I had was the first serious occasion when I met this clerk who came from CHIJ Bukit Timah. All right. And she was just after O level, attended a few months in town convent, CHIJ town convent. And then she came to work here in Jalan Lama. All right. So naturally, it was attraction. I don't think Rama was interested, but whatever it is, I was the youngest I and Rama were the youngest of the lot. The rest were older teachers. So I had conversation with her. But I was always being teased by the students because they were very sharp and that. So this is one of the things that interests me. That although very they were insightful or they were sharp in some of this relationship thing. Correct. And so they teased me. So I mentioned in my book that one day I had this conversation and I came out. And so they came out and they asked, "Are you going to marry this lady?" or something like that. So I said, "No, no." And being an English teacher, one day I heard them shouting at me and says, "Mr. Koh, Miss Koh, look at miso, miso." So the word miso, miso, was like as if it was the Japanese food, but really miso soup or something like that. So I couldn't understand what they were trying to tell me. I said, then they pointed at the direction of the general office, and there I saw this lady, Miss So Yi Ching, or Miss So Yi Ching. I said her name is Miss So Yi Ching, not Miso. Okay, because we call her Miss So. Okay, Miss So, but not Miso. The word putting together. So they laugh at it. And in the end, they said, "You were very serious, or to something to the expect. Are you going to marry her?" I said, "No, no, not yet. I'm still young." And then later, as I was leaving, I said, "You pack a bag." This was the training after the cross country. I said, "You better go back. It's getting late. I have to go and see Miss So." So then they said, "What are you going to see her for?" I said, "I'm going to see her out and I may ask her to marry me as well." So I just walk off and they were all laughing away. So that was an interesting thing. But as I said, it was one of the very first few instances where I dated a girl. All right, that was probably I'm very old in age then. Was 23. Yeah, but she came in 1969, 22 or 23 years old. Okay, so that's it. Okay, lastly, I moved here, right? I now where you are interviewing me, this home in 1982 to the Jurong district. Not deliberately, but because we had a place up at Woodlands, Musling, and then we had a choice of certain district, and my wife family moved somewhere around here. And she was from Lim Chu Kang, okay, another rural district. And I would say that there's no regret for this place. We have lived here for 40 years now. We came in 1982. And so this district to me is quite interesting. By the way, my son wrote a book. I love Jurong. You know that, yeah.
Yes, I saw
And
that.
so he enjoyed this place as well. So to my daughter, and we find that we are going to be very near a place called the Lake District, the only Lake District in Singapore. So I'm very thankful for Jurong in a sense. And most of all, I think I have another special attachment because I serve at the Jurong GRC. I serve under Mr. Taman, the current president, as a grassroots leader. I was in his Taman Jurong Citizenship Consultative Committee, the CCC. All right, so I have served there about 5 years, or more than 5 years, 6 or 7 years, and it was all the time under Mr. Taman as an MP. And I think that's very special. To me, that place was nearer to the industrial site, Taman Jurong. And my wife's sister stayed in Taman Jurong, and that place was because her husband was working in the industrial estate, the Jurong Industrial Estate, part of JTC, So they had JTC flat in Taman Jurong before, and later the HDB took over. Okay, so all in all, I think Jurong is a very lovely place to me, and I will not move out till I die, I suppose, this place. And I thank you for the opportunity to share about this. Yeah. Would that be enough, or you want one more question or something?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
One is I'll show you the map again.
Sorry.
Show the map again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yes.
This is further to the west, right?
Yeah.
So Jurong School is here. Hongkar
Yeah,
Village.
Jurong Secondary. The Jurong Secondary, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This way. This way.
Okay. And there are some industries in this area, isn't it? There is a Jurong Brickworks.
Okay. Yeah. Jurong Brickwork is near to not too far from the school previously. Now this is actually let me see. Let me pinch it out. Okay. When we moved in 82, the brickwork was in the shape of disrepair. And so we visited that place for a while, and this was the track Jurong Road. Now, you're asking, let me see, Boon Lay. This is actually further north of, this is Jalan Baha, actually. Yeah, this is Jalan Baha. Let me see.
Yeah, this is quite close. This is Jurong Road, right? This is quite close to
Old Jurong Road.
Jalan Lama.
Jalan Baha, right?
Yeah.
It's past Jurong Baha, all the way up to track 23, track 21. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This area. So this area, Jurong School, Jurong Secondary, by then, let me see. I'm not sure why the road is different. Jurong Secondary School is not at that area.
This is 1969.
Oh, I see. Much later. Is it?
Earlier, 1969.
69, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, 1969, Jurong Brickwork. I distinctly remember there were a few brickworks here, but one of them is still along the Bukit Batok Road now. Yeah, where Tengah HDB estate is. But this particular one, I'm not too sure. It's Kampung Ulu Jurong, Tuang Milestone. So milestone is not actually not far up north. Oh, okay. It's your orientation of the map is the other way around, isn't it? This is not facing north, is it? Is it north facing?
Yeah, it should be north. Yes, yes.
Ah, okay. But I recall that Jurong Secondary School was, as you are heading north, Jurong Road is on the um, eastern side of Jurong or Old Jurong Road. But in this case, this map, oh, okay, okay, now I got it. Okay, so all right, it is the other way around. It is if I um, if I come from Jalan Lama, it should be on the right side of this map, on the western side. Okay, on the western side. Then it goes down to 10 milestone. Can I get the orientation right for you?
Yes.
So Jurong Secondary is correct in that place there. It's Hong Kah Circus, Jurong Secondary.
Yes.
Yeah, Hong Kah Circus. 12 mile Hong Kah Circus. There's a word sing there. S-I-N-G. I'm not sure what's that. And Ket Hong. Can you see track 19? Can you see
yes.
track 19 and Ket Hong?
Yes.
Okay. So it's correct. Your old Jurong Road comes from the right side. That means from the eastern side, Old Jurong Road comes up and go past this and go towards Jalan Bahar. Okay. Okay, now I get it. So this map actually is slightly off. I'm not sure whether it's off or not. But then the Jurong Secondary School is in the correct location. Right. So the brickwork is further up to track 23, correct?
That's right.
Track 23, yes, yes. Now this brickwork, I'm not sure whether I visited this brickwork. There are a few other brickwork. This is called the Jurong Brickworks. This one I'm not too sure. I'm sorry. This one could be now in Jurong East area actually.
Okay, probably.
And JJC is nearby there.
Right.
JJC.
Well, Taman Jurong is just here. Taman Jurong is here.
It is. If you look at this map, Jurong Brickworks. If you go southern of that, JJC is in there. That should be JJC. Yeah,
that's right.
I think that's how I see it because that's part of Jurong West or Jurong East there. Yeah, okay.
And let me go back to the other map, right?
Yeah, okay. The other one. This is one.
The same one.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's correct. So Ket Hong Road is there. Yeah, okay. So if you link it, if you link this map, if you look towards the the east of that means the right side of the map, then Jalan Lama is there. Okay. You got me? Have you got the arrow there? You move. Yeah. Okay.
I just
because Jalan Bahar is up further north here, further west actually. I'm not sure whether this map alignment is. So the Jurong brickwork goes towards Jalan Bahar. I'm talking about Jalan Bahar, right? Jalan Lama will be on the right of this map.
Okay.
Got it? Yeah. Because this is 12 milestone.
Okay. Can you see the map now?
Yeah. Yeah. This is 12 milestone.
Yeah. Can you see?
Yeah.
This?
Okay. Jalan Lama is here.
Yeah.
Now Jalan Lama is 10 milestone. So if you move your this will link towards the. If you move this Jalan Lama here, yeah. Okay. If you move this along Jurong Road, this is track. Now track 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up 12. It will be on the left side. Okay. Yeah. Move some more. This then up there. This track is 12, 11. I think this 11. Track 11, then 12. Oh, this is already 14. 14. That's strange. Just 14, now we said that what track was it that Jurong Secondary?
Jurong Secondary.
Jurong Secondary. There was a track there. There's no 19, track. Oh, this is 12 milestone. Track 19. So it's correct. Yeah. Correct. So this is further towards the west, correct, of Jalan Lama.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. So, but I think the orientation is correct. Yeah. If you go back to Jalan Lama,
Here.
That side.
It's here.
Yeah. Okay, you go there. This track 14. If you look at this track 14, let's see. I think this is track 14. The 314? 14, track 14.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
there are some brickwork further up north. Yeah. You
Okay.
go up. Here. There's some brickwork here. Yeah, because
Okay.
currently this is the Bukit Batok Road. Bukit Batok that links to Choa Chu Kang. This one. This road will link to Choa Chu Kang. These are all the old tracks.
Okay.
These are all the old tracks. Yeah.
Mm.
It's all gone because Bukit Batok got built up. You know, and the CC, I'm not sure what CC is. Can you bring it? Oh, there's no more map above that, is it? There's a community center there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a community center. That could be somewhere currently could be where what do you call ITE West, could be that area. That could be ITE West. Yeah, could be that. Yeah, I think so. I'm not too sure because it's very difficult to locate unless you superimpose the current map.
So
Yeah.
can I ask you, when you talk about these tracks, right? What
Yeah.
kind of roads are these?
What kind of? They're laterite tracks. You're talking about the surface of the track, is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the laterite, meaning red earth and pebbles. Those are the tracks there. They are definitely not a bitumen track. They are very small for bicycle, and I don't think maybe motorcycle can go through, but not motorcar. These tracks here, yeah, it's not possible for motorcar to go through. Some bigger one with the jalan, with the word jalan, then I think or lorong, then it's possible. Then it's possible to have some small vehicle going through. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
So I just want to ask you, right? Like, could you describe this part of rural Jurong Road? Like how did it look like at the time before industrialization?
Okay, before the industrialization, if you are talking about the Bukit Batok area currently, then it's much more hilly than the one that is south of Jalan Lama. Because as we reach Old Jurong Road, actually that's a dividing line, the Old Jurong Road, between the northern part and the southern part. The northern part, when we hike, we noticed that there were less wet areas, less swampy areas. As we come towards Old Jurong Road, and we cross over Old Jurong Road towards the south, towards the coast, then it's much more wet and there are more ponds. So the farms change also. The earlier part, meaning the one near Bukit Batok, near Bukit Panjang area, the type of cultivation will be less of those that needs water. I remember when we took the hike from our school, Bukit Panjang Secondary, that'll be in the early 60s or 1959. The earlier the hike was easier, meaning the earlier part of the hikes were easier because we traverse or we walk over hills, small hills, slopes, and cultivation were things like like tapioca, like fruit farms, less of the wet thing for animal feed as we come down toward Jurong River area. So that is the main change in landscape. The dividing line, I would say, would be Jurong Road, because there is a distinct difference between the hilly, slopy northern part, which is nearer towards Bukit Timah or Bukit Panjang. They're both hills. As we come down south, the only high area will be one or two hills here and there, but the rest were more riverine. There were more streams as we come closer to the beach or to the Jurong River. So that's a distinct difference, because the land become flatter and the land become wetter, meaning that the farms change also, because they will plant vegetables, small market gardening, and they will have things for fish pond, or they will have water hyacinth for their pigs. Even then, there were pigs there, or their chicken farm. The earlier part in the rubber estates will be more towards Bukit Panjang. This area, there are fewer rubber estates. Okay, the bigger estates there. I would say that that's the main difference between the tracks in the northern part where you showed earlier, the Jalan Teck Wai area and whatever. But as we come down to Jalan Lama, and as we move closer to Pandan, Ulu Pandan, not Ulu Pandan, but Pandan Garden, Teban Garden, and as we move closer towards the West Coast area, it's much easier to walk. Easier to walk in the sense that there were no hill, but then it becomes wetter. And the Jurong River will be one main feature that has streams flowing towards the river also. That's why you have the canal now, the Pandan Canal, where there's a corridor, park corridor. That one was one of the bigger streams around this area. That flows from all the way from Bukit Batu, actually, the one. So they make it into a canal. There's one canal. And the other canal, of course, the one that links up to the Chinese Garden. There's a big canal that comes from Bukit Batu over the other side and cross over to the Chinese Garden area, which is actually part of Jurong River. Chinese Garden and Japanese Garden and all that. That's part of the Jurong River area. Because eventually that flow out was towards the coast, to the coastal area. Yeah, where I think now there are still some factories around there. Yeah, where Air Raja is.
Can I just show you some photos? I think you
sure.
might know the person.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The photos are not in the middle, is it? Or what? Let me see.
Photo?
Yeah, it's on the left. On the left. Yeah, this is from Tony, is it?
Yeah.
I can't recognize this. Can you? Yeah, could be one. Is it possible to move up the photo? No, not possible. Okay, good. Yeah.
Do you know
I can't
him?
recognize them.
Do you remember him? No.
Yeah. It could be from Tony Lim.
That's right.
I think so.
Yeah, that's
These
right.
are the relatives.
He lived in Hong Kong. Wait, is it Hong Kong?
Yeah. They live in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Hong Kong area. Yeah.
I show you another one.
Yeah. Actually, you should interview him. The pigs there. That's their farm.
Yeah.
That's a farm. The pig farm.
Yeah.
In Hong Kong.
That's the farm, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is another one, I think.
So where were these farms? Were they all along Jurong Road?
Yeah. This is along Jurong Road, but this is not far north towards Bukit Panjang or Lim Chu Kang or Chua Chu Kang. All right. So this is still, even towards Jalan Bahar, they still have this type of farming. Jalan Bahar will be further south a bit. Yeah. This is definitely the farm.
Can you see the farm?
Yeah. This is a farm. Is that who is this gentleman here?
That's not Tony, definitely. That's not
Tony. Tony, is it?
That's not Tony. No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
So the farming was very manual. There's no no mechanized equipment.
Yeah. This on your computer screen, right?
Yeah. Can you see?
Okay. I can't see full because I only see 1/4 of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I can try to.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. That's right.
Can you see?
Right. Okay, you pull it up. Can you pull?
Is it better?
Now you pull some more.
Hold on.
Oh, it goes to the map. Okay. This is very nice. This is vegetable farm. Or is it water hyacinth?
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure what this is, but this gentleman is bare-bodied.
He's carrying a plow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like water hyacinth. I'm not sure, but could be some fish pond. I'm not sure why they need so much water hyacinth there. or maybe that's for their pigs. It could be for their pigs. They become modernized using cement pond. Old days you can't see the pond like this because the ponds are all muddy and it's not flat in this way. Okay, this Hongka, huh?
Yes,
This is
Hongkong.
Hongka area.
Yeah, yeah.
Hongka, yeah, okay, yeah, but it look very clean and neat and well organized. Yeah.
Yes, yes. That's right.
Mm. Yeah. So this could be much later, lah.
Yeah, yeah.
Much later. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Loh.
I just have one final question, right?
Yeah.
Could you tell us about this book you are writing?
Sorry.
Could you tell us about this book you are writing? Your own book?
Oh,
Your
the
memoir?
book.
Yeah.
Okay. The book is okay. It started in 2019 because I was down with a very serious ailment. I went to Japan with my family, with my wife and a group of people, including Tony. Tony Lim was there. We went to Japan, to Kyoto and Osaka. But in Osaka, we had a free day, and I went with my wife to a park where I was unfortunately carrying a bag, and my passport was in there. And one of these huge monkey, actually, they told me they were actually a migrant from Hokkaido, meaning very far north, came down to this Osaka area, and he grabbed the bag, and they grabbed, and I pulled and tugged with the monkey, and I was scratched on my arm. Anyway, I didn't think it was too a bad thing because the fella ran off, and he thought that there was food inside. There was no food in there. But when I came back, I was infected with a disease called um, adult onset osteo disease. It's called AOSD, adult onset Still's disease. Still disease is the founder of this disease. This particular ailment or this condition is that it is autoimmune system being attacked itself. And for children, it's not so bad. For adult, was bad. So I was down for about 3 months and not knowing exactly. It's a very rare ailment, very rare illness because the doctor couldn't find it. They went through about 35, 40 number of lab tests, blood tests, and also tests, including what do you call X-ray and everything. So eventually they found me after 3 months, and good thing they found it because by then my body was very much weakened. The weakened due to very high temperature. So I felt that I was going, I was going somewhere. But I recovered in time, and they gave the right they had the right diagnosis, and they gave the right medicine, steroid actually. Eventually, they gave me a lot of steroid, and I recovered. So I felt that about time that I write something about myself from the year I was born all the way to the 7 decades that I live on. So it's called 7 Exciting Decades, the title, 7 Exciting Decades. It's exciting in the sense that I was born just after the war. So I wrote quite a bit on the childhood when I was born till when I went to school, then the school period, and that's second chapter, the school period. The third chapter will be my working life, first at the naval base, and then teaching, and then my career in administration, and after that, retirement, post-retirement work as well. I went doing voluntary service overseas and all those. So the book range from 1950s when I was growing up, 1950s to about 2010, 2020, 7 decades. So that's the book. But it's too long, so I will have to cut it down. It's a very tedious process, and my son is helping me. So he said not just simply slash off the thing, but you have to summarize it and bring it in. But it's very difficult. So I told him, if you can't do it, I think I will have to just dispense off some of the things that I've written there. And then we have a family copy which will retain the essence of most of it. All right. but the actual copy for publication, which I intend to do self-publication, so that I have lots of photos there that all the range from when I went to school all the way to I retired. And so he said the photos that some of them will not need to be attributed, because if you self-publish, all right, and it's not making money out of that. So the book will not be sold but be given away. But those who want to donate, I will collect it and use the proceeds for to start something for either a school or a church, some donation to them. Like Mr. Mossbergen published a book on his childhood. I don't know whether you have read that book. We raised about 100,000 for Swiss Cottage, because he was a principal for Swiss Cottage. So I may use that same method, that we don't sell the book, but we just give it away, and those who want to donate, just donate it that way. So that will help. So I've done it for 3 years, 3.5 years, and my son did a bit here and there. But my niece, who is head of English, helped me with part of that. And so we have come together, and we intend to keep the essence of most of the 800 pages as a family collection. So I hope to do it by next year, if not in 2025. I'll give you a copy, definitely. Yeah, but
yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm looking forward to reading it, please.
Yeah. Okay. So I thank you for this time, and I think I've shared as much as I could, and you can use the notes if you want. The notes that I have done sort of selectively, I edited out, the excerpts, and that will help. But basically, some are actually extracts from certain places. I attribute it to, because I got footnotes, and I have explanation in the final part, where it's where I've gotten it, where I have borrowed certain passages on that. So those are the things that it's not a scholarly work, but to me, I thought I should better attribute it to somebody. Yeah, I think maybe I could attribute some of that to you as well. I think so. I'm not sure. Okay, all the best. I can show you the book. This stick here, I show you.
Yeah, show us.
Yeah, it's here. Okay. Can you see it? Oh, here.
Is that the book?
Yeah.
Is that the book?
It's a huge volume.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. All the best to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So much.
And we'll keep in touch. Yeah. Take care. Yeah.
Thanks
Thank you very much.
Too. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Thanks.